Hello, everybody. This is me, Martel. Just want to say how much I appreciate everybody. This is doing something different. The background's all blurred. I want to test out some effects real quick. Anyways, I'm just doing a little test real quick. Yeah, I want to do something else a little different too, visually too. I'm learning about spicing up the content, spicing up the effects and stuff. Actually, I just got an update a couple days ago from Samsung, so I'm testing all this as we talk. Let's see. I think I like this one though. Anyways, I want to talk on a serious topic that is why men don't open up. And that goes against myself as well because I was raised around men. Especially when men show vulnerability, sadness, depression, you know, uh, self deletion tendencies and stuff like that. I watch my tone around this. And I have, I was forced against my will to have therapy. And let me clarify for the men here, what I'm saying, black men included, um, especially black men. I deal with this myself. I deal with this, and I saw this all the time growing up. But I'm in out ignorance. I see this, but this is the first time I'm actually gonna try to dwell in and understand y'all. Deal with alcoholism, self harm, self abuse. Uh, let's always gotta prove our masculinity. Especially doesn't help with the media and social media saying that males are being toxic with toxic masculinity. You know, oh, it's degrading garbage. And it's sickening. This is how the media tactic gaslight men. When men show they be their real, true, authentic selves, guess what? They get called weak, effeminate. No disrespect to my LGBT audience. Gay, um, soft, corny, lame, dusty. You know, the whole 9 yards. Some say you sound all negative. Well, this is for men. And, I have to keep it raw for all men. It doesn't matter if you're a black man, white man, Asian man, Latino, Indian, whatever, whoever. This ain't race or racism or even xenophobia. Anything this time, it's just a whole, especially in American culture, it's not very good for men. Especially, let's face reality, a lot of psychologists and therapists are mostly, let's not be kid ourselves here, are women, are females. And this ain't coming off no kind of note like this, but I have to be real. A lot of my encounters, a lot of, let's not be around the bush here. A lot of women in general, doesn't matter what color they are, don't really take the time out to actually get to know men. And already I did a reaction video to one of I think it was Black Macho, how that it was a black female therapist, psychologist was saying that she refused to see male clients, whatever her reason is. And I guess she got a reason, but I just say this because call me a fake on this one. I was forced to deal with therapy, mandated therapy against my will. I always talk about interesting person though, and that is I need to start looking at the camera directly like you making, like treat a camera like a friend. Winston Will mentioned that to me. And I also want to say shout out to Winston Will about this too. It's like a lot of men can't really be their true selves or vulnerable unless he's no disrespect is a LGBT character. Just stating obvious here. You can't please everybody. But the reason I'm making this video because I made these kind of videos before, but life, I've been out and about, so this is actually my home set right here. So this is my home actually, cause be more myself, true down to earth, especially And this is conflicting, even for me. And I even said it when I was at my sleep study a couple days ago. That was actually ironic. Ladies were saying about this too. It was saying how people who commit they need help are the strongest people. You know, I kind of mean this is also being my denial too because mine didn't come naturally. You know what I'm saying? Mine was literally forced. It's either do it or go to prison. You know, so and I want to do say this to men that no matter what cards you dealt with in this life, you know, please go get help. You know what I'm saying? Don't let my story deride you or make you afraid to get help. You know, and so a lot of men don't want to ask for help because you know men be degraded, demoralized, look as weak, cowards. I'm sorry to say that, but that's what it is. You know, I've been called weak and a coward. You know, been called a lot worse, but I can't say unfortunately on social media because you know censorship and they take your accounts down. So I just want to say on this note that it sounds fake even for me that if you need help, man, please go get help for anything. You know, if you commit it, you know. And that's kind of the hard part too. You actually admit you need help. You know, a little bit further away. Okay. Let's set you around the Samsung camera. Just let me know. Oh, we're getting kind of close. Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to like test these effects. Well, I'm trying to learn something new, like y'all is too. And let's see. I think it'll be alright though. Get this better, man. And the reason I think it's hard for really a lot of men because a lot of it's social conditioning, social engineer that a man got to put on a mask. You know what I'm saying? Especially American psychology, which I kind of know as I was talking to Winston Wood about this on Happier Abroad. Like we talked so many times, like you know, men in other countries just allow to be a man. You know, and I think that's a problem. Like here in America, you know, you get the media, social media, you get, you know, in real life, you know, offline, you know, this is what I literally deal with, you know what I'm saying? I deal with a lot of, you know, spiteful people, you know, vengeful people. I'm not trying to sound like I'm intentionally come off downfall or anything, but that's what I'm literally around. It's spiteful individuals, ignorant individuals, foolishness, drama, you know what I'm saying? I live by myself for a reason because, well, I don't do drama, I don't do negativity, you know. And I don't look for trouble, but seem like trouble follows me. So that's the reason why I make this video. And the reason that I'm making this video because I want to make awareness, mental health awareness for men, you know. And I kind of admit this too. It's hard to be vulnerable. Only time I can be vulnerable is literally when I record songs. That's all the time I can actually be vulnerable. You know, in music, it kind of helps me cope to a lot of things. You know, and also I can't say that on camera or anything, but I do take uh, medication for anxiety and all that. And I ain't going to say that, but it helps me relax too. You know, I wish Miracle, you know, Mary Jane was, you know, was legal. You know what I'm saying? Across the board. That's the thing in America that you have no escape or. Besides, I record music. I'm thankful for being a recorder now for almost 20 years, and a songwriter and a, you know, poetry writer and all that. It really kind of like helps me, you know, be more sensitive. I know it's against the man code sometimes. To be more in tune, understand others, you know. Especially around it being a recorder, I'm kind of talking how to speak because I want to thank the producers, you know, for actually giving me encouragement how to be really be confident in myself. And I deal with a lot of self doubt sometimes too, like a lot of self hatred. And I don't know what to say to the man after me, you know what I'm saying? And me and my partner, we just talk about G1 starting a family, you know what I'm saying? Excuse me. And being that free, I told one of my partners too about how he got a good woman. I said, man, you better fight for that woman. You better appreciate her. You better respect her, you know what I'm saying? But it ain't my place to call. I just, all I say is treat your woman with respect, you know what I'm saying? But for man, you know, it's hard to be a real man. It's hard to be a man in here in general America, especially I'm dealing with. It is for what it is. Call me what it is. I deal with a lot of predators, woman forces, predators, male forces, all kind of attacks, all kind of slander, all kind of disrespect. I'm talking both offline and online, you know what I'm saying? But I just think this, just trying to let it get to me or so. But you gotta be careful nowadays with this Me Too movement going on, targeting men and all that. I've been falsely accused of some foul, heinous things, but I can't say it on social media because I get my stuff taken down, so I can't say it in full detail, unfortunately. And it's really baffling why men, unless he's a LGBT, is saying for what it is. Men be themselves. They get knocked for being themselves. They get laughed at, hating on for being themselves. And if you notice a lot of my comments and stuff, sometimes my videos, I do talk about, even men selling out, and sometimes I struggle being myself at times. I've been called a sellout, Uncle Tom. You call it because I don't conform anything. And that's the thing that I'm not a conformist, so of course I get attacked for that too, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know what to say to the modern men of this generation after mine. I just learned everything literally the hard way, what they call hard life knocks, you know what I'm saying? Hard life. I learned from tributes and tribulations. It wasn't like y'all coming up, y'all got social media, y'all got fast internet and all that. And then I come up with DSL, so I mean it was slow as crap, you know what I'm saying? And on my, I had MySpace. Damn, I felt like an old man saying this stuff, but at Fairy Free, I never even expect to be Fairy Free. And I was talking to a bunch of young people that could have been, have I been a different person, that will be my son's age, you know what I'm saying? My sons. And I was thinking about kids, and I guess, ironically, a female. This is a caseworker, so I was saying you should be a mentor to these kids. I said, how can I be a mentor if I barely understand myself? You know what I'm saying? I haven't figured out my life purpose, let alone what can I say to a young boys, young men coming up in this generation, coming up to age and all that. You know, I'm thankful for my dad and positive male role models, but unfortunately, they would live in a low middle class. Well, it was a low middle class area, growing like one of them. I say lower middle class because my parents grew up in those kind of houses for like generation to come before they was unfortunately forced to move to the house break in and all that house invasion, black on black violence and so forth. And I'm starting to calm down by just making that video though. And I feel good. What would you say if I was a father? I say, what can I say to a kid? You know what I'm saying? And I had to kind of look deep down myself that I sometimes, it's just sometimes just deal with a lot being black and being a man. Also deal with a disability. Not even going to go into full detail with that because people are, no disrespect to the audience or anything, communities, people are want to be douchebags and jerks, trying to belittle me because of my disability. I ain't going to discuss that for y'all, no disrespect. If you want to know, I guess, delayed development, speech disorder, anxiety disorder, insomnia, and I ain't going to go into full detail because everybody need to know my full medical history because people are jerks regardless. No disrespect to anybody that's watching. And the reason I'm making this video broadcast because I want to say something to young men that be thankful we got social media, we got you have an outlet to be ourselves. And that's how I think that there's a lot of boys and men don't have positive outlets. Look at what's around I'm very thankful for my dad and my uncles and pastor. Also some parts of the streets to keep my head together and all that. Well, then my president would be here to my side of the story. I guess the reason why I'm talking about mental health, why men don't open up, because, well, people are douchebags in church, you know what I'm saying? I'm being conservative because I'm forced to this time around. Especially as I had to promote myself and I had to keep a decent image, decent sound. And that's kind of hard because, me, I don't try to be up front talk to y'all. Y'all support, you know. And that's also a couple of reminder, not just drinking water, but also remind me I have my appendix taken out, which that sucks, you know. Okay, like, yeah. Yes. Yeah, it just was the same thing I had when I was in the hospital, and I had two cuffs because I was having a hard time breathing. Found out about sleep apnea and all that, which sucks, you know. And it definitely does suck, you know. A bit further away. Okay. All right, then, Samson. You let me know. Yeah, and you know, sometimes I haven't done this kind of video style in a long time. I'm thankful that I'm able to do this. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Deepest apologies, everyone. Yeah, and I always have to be mindful and fall for those in consideration, especially young boys, young men coming after me. You know, they just learn how to find themselves, you know. And I feel like sometimes I've been kind of reaching my end at times, you know, very, very, I haven't even found myself yet, but, you know, if you can, young boys and young men, you know, find your purpose, you know. Don't be just wandering aimless in life, you know what I'm saying? Try to have a purpose, you know. Don't just sell for anything, you know. That's on, I guess what the old heads keep saying. You just gotta sit down and settle. I don't sell for nothing unless I'm old and gray, you know. And boy, look at me, I got gray hair already, you know, hair falling out. But I feel alive because I have to, you know, take on, forced to take up a mantle of forced responsibility, you know, deal with gratefully ill parents and all that, mental health problems, and you know, deal with systematic and oppression. You know, deal with I didn't realize a lot of that was targeted individual either. You know what I'm saying? And I could take that out of context too. You know, and I do kind of feel like deep down inside, I do feel like sometimes I do feel like I'm a target individual. Sometimes unawarely too. That's the most dangerous part. You're not even aware or knows if it's out there. You know. What would I say if I have a son? You know, be, you know, I want to say your father's proud of you if I have a kid, you know. Sound corny and cheesy, but that's the way I was brought up, you know what I'm saying? I was brought up with the best and unfortunately the worst of man too. So, you know, I have literally a balance between good and evil, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna discuss that here because, well, I've been around the streets too, so I see the worst of the people. I've been around my dad, my uncles, and pastor and all that. I've been around the best of men, so you know, the thing that kind of hurts me too, like when men show their true vulnerable side, they call kind of name degradation, especially you know being in the music business too, the recording business is really awful. That you feel like you're forced to put on a mask. You know what I'm saying? It is for what it is. You know what you call it nowadays is fake it and make it. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to say thank y'all for listening to me for roughly 20 minutes, going on 20 minutes. And I will stop at 15, but I just say, you know what? Mental health for me is very poor, you know? No matter if you're black, white, Asian, Latino, whatever you are, foreigner or domestically, you know? I don't know what it is abroad. I don't know what it is in second and third world countries. I don't know what these men are going through. Not my place to judge, not my place to call anything. I do want to say these last words. I do think it would happen if I have a son, you know, and this, if I was ignorant, you know, irrational, fast, and all that. I was thinking like talk to a lot of young people in my audience and all that, and kind of made me feel kind of back. I do go for a lot of my struggles, my battles too. You know, I think my son would be ashamed of me that why can't you be successful? Why can't you be, you know, accomplish a lot? You know what I'm saying? Why aren't you rich? You know what I'm saying? Especially with the media, social media. Sound like a hypocrite here, but you know, especially like everybody places high expectations on men. You know what I'm saying? Rightfully so. To a degree where men can't be vulnerable, where men have to hurt himself or self delete himself out of the picture. Because, how much can a person take? And especially now you got to put up with, you know, at the crack of dawn, got to brush your teeth, got to shower, got to make breakfast, throw your clothes in laundry and all that before bed. Then you got to kiss the missus or wife, whatever. I ain't no judgmental kind of person, whatever. Or whoever your significant other is. You gotta kiss your lover, you know what I'm saying? Kiss your kids. Then you gotta go on your day. Now you gotta go on your day. You gotta drive or catch a bus or whatever you gotta do to make ends meet, And and like they say, job it ain't the hard part. Job isn't the hard part. It's putting up and dealing with people, and that's my thing too. I kind of like go for some nervous breakdowns too, because work is just life itself, and work itself is hard. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, you gotta clock in, put up people, tolerate people. Then once time is up, clock out. So you barely have any time for yourself, let alone a family. And I remember talking to this interesting lady about this actually. I ran from a woman here. She was saying we were talking about what if you ain't got it all together. You know what I'm saying? Especially we live in a psychology and a system that places very high expectation for men, and men have very little mistakes. So you have very four little mistakes. Not only your image is ruined, being on social media and also the media. It's still the media. It doesn't really matter. Deal with the media. So people gonna judge you, don't care about men's health or anything. And I'm glad that we could be our true selves in this one time only video I could say about mental health. Anyway, Martez, and I'll get ready to go to bed later.